It's a good ball played in for Tony Morley. Oh, he missed it! It is! Peter Ward! Villa in the lead!
Hello, good afternoon, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. Please subscribe. Do what you can to help this channel. Help me to the road to 2K. And smash the like button on this video. And you can follow me on all socials. On today's episode, I'm joined by my Monday show regular Aaron Thornton, who's the host of the Football Brief. The Avfc Weekly Recap is back. This is the Avfc Weekly Recap, your weekly dose of Aston Villa news and headlines. Aston Villa burst West Ham's bubble. We are unstoppable. On Sunday yesterday in the Premier League, it finished West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. Like drama at the London Stadium, Morgan Rogers scored an absolute screamer, and we showed fight and character. We are in the mix. The title race is definitely on. Everyone's starting to take us seriously. We have won 9 games in a row. Late goals is becoming a regular thing at the moment with Unai Emery. It is a great time to be supporting our football club. Please do the show, and how are you?
Mate, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on, and I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I think these last few weeks have kept my mood very positive. I think when Villa win, it just makes everything better, doesn't it? So mate, I can't complain. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I mean, we can't stop winning at the moment. I do think, no, I mean, surely we are in the conversation. And like, you think, no, like, 9 games, like, 9 wins in a row. It's unbelievable run. Who knows, Aaron, where this run could take us?
I know. We'll touch on it later, but I just don't know. I don't know when it will end. I think it's easily the best team I've seen in my lifetime for Villa. It's completely unrecognisable to the teams that I've seen over the years, and credit to Unai Emery, the coaching staff, and the club as a whole. From top to bottom, it's really, really an amazing time to be a Villa fan right now, and we've just got to enjoy it.
Well, this team, I think, is the greatest Villa team in our lifetime we had ever watched. I do know Emery, that I've been saying the last few weeks, he's built something really special. I just not say, I just love the guy, Unai Emery. And I love his passion. You can see yesterday how much it meant to him, the results.
Yeah, mate, I just think, I've always loved a passionate manager on the sidelines. When you see a manager giving it the fist pumps, and celebrating every goal, you just feel so much sort of unity within the club, within the players and the staff. And Unai Emery is an absolute magician. He has done things for this club that I didn't think were possible, or that we may not see in our lifetime. So I cannot thank him enough.
There was 9 goals as well. It's been becoming a regular thing. But also, we don't fear anybody. We know with the quality of squad we've got, we can beat anybody. And the winning feeling is becoming a regular occurrence.
I don't know about you, Chad, but like these last few weeks has absolutely killed my heart, because we've been winning by like 1 goal, and then we're sort of like, I don't want to say hanging on in the last sort of like 5 minutes, but it's definitely been, it's been sort of tetchy times when it's like the last sort of few minutes of the game, and I'm like, my heart is sort of there pounding. I'm like, come on, see it through, see it through.
Mm-hmm.
I did it again yesterday, but like my anxiety's been suffering. It's like it's
His team. We show so much fight and character. Yeah. We will come to it, but even though we don't play at our best, we managed to grind out these results, which is a sign of a class team.
Yeah, it's a mentality that Unai's instilled in the players, and it's now sort of leading into the fans as well. Like, I didn't panic yesterday at any point because I had that belief that we would go and score, would go and get a late winner, and it's like you just said, then we're getting so used to that feeling. It's becoming normal now. So yeah, don't want it to end.
Yeah. Just looking more detail about the game. So, what is your thoughts from yesterday?
So my overall thoughts, I thought I didn't think we were great, if I'm being honest, especially the first half.
Yep.
It was, the I'm going to go through it in order, but the first goal that they scored and
only 29 seconds. The quickest goal of the season so far.
Yeah, and it was just look, I know we've got a no excuse culture, and we played a lot of games, done a lot of travelling, and Konza, who is usually Mr. Assured, doesn't put a foot wrong, made a mistake. It happens. It was annoying, but I didn't begrudge him for it because it's like it's Konza never does that. But I think with the volume of games that are happening at the minute, like mistakes can happen to anybody. What the important thing is how you rectify that and how you then go on. And he then was sort of at fault for the second goal as well, which we'll touch on. But so I thought we were shaky. I didn't think we really got into our rhythm first half.
Defensively,
yeah.
Well, you can see that. I think you can definitely see that. Yeah. I think without Martinez and Paul Torres, you can see that was a big loss. Because you can see also if Martinez plays and Paul Torres, I don't think that would have happened.
Yeah, no, I agree. When I saw the team sheet, I mean, I thought after the Arsenal game, I noticed Pau had an ice bag over his calf, and I did think, I wonder if he's going to play next week. So yeah, huge blow, Pau Torres, who's been, he's been arguably one of our best players this season, and especially in that Unai Emery system, he's so important. And then with Emi Martinez as well, he just disrupts that back four a bit. But having said that, again, I'm sure we'll touch on. I thought Lindelof was immense yesterday. I thought he
had a very good match.
I thought and I know we conceded, and I know there wasn't a clean sheet, but I thought his sort of leadership and his experience really sort of shone through. So yeah, I was impressed with him, and which sort of bodes well because I don't think we're going to have Pau for the Man United game either. So that was good to see.
The Lindelof thing, and that's the first full game, the Premier League game that he played, and he just showed that leadership, and he's really strong, winning those battles as well.
Yeah,
he's got his height, his physical presence.
He's a bit of a no-nonsense defender, isn't it? I always think like Konza's more of your pacey defender who can sort of read the game a bit. Pau Torres hasn't got the pace, but is a bit better aerially. Whereas Lindelof seems to have like a bit of everything. And I think obviously playing at Man United for so many years, that's no small club. So he's clearly picked up a lot, and he's won things. So I thought his experience really sort of showed yesterday.
Playing the ball up from the back. When he got the ball, he's very confident. Bringing the ball up out forward. Like, he's got confidence.
Yeah, and calm, bit of a calming. He was certainly the better of the two centre backs yesterday. Which look, I love Konza, and he's not put a foot wrong for a very long time. So look, it's one of those games where you own up to your mistake and you move on. But I did think Lindelof was the better defender yesterday. So
It was
that
a great victory, I thought. But I thought West Ham, though, you're going to give credit to West Ham. That they made it hard for us because they pressurised us, forcing us into a few mistakes. That's it, playing the ball up from the back.
yeah.
We got caught out a few times. But what it is, Bizot, he needs to adapt playing out from the back. Without Martinez, he's used to doing that. But Bizot still got to get to know how to play the ball out from the back.
Yeah, agreed. The nice thing is Bizot's a lot more comfortable on the ball than Olsen
Olsen.
was. So it's certainly, and I'm not as nervy when he does have it. I am still a bit
Yes.
nervy, not like I was with Olsen. But yeah, like look, he'll the more he plays, and I'm sort of glad that he's played against Brighton, he's played against West Ham, he's had these games in the Prem, like, and not easy fixtures either, tough grounds, and that's only going to do well for his experience going forward. Because Martinez, we don't know what his situation is going to be moving forward, and so it's good to have at least he's a bit more competent in goal, Bizot, than Olsen. But I agree with you. I think West Ham made it tricky, but Unai again, he makes these tweaks, these substitutions, these formation tweaks, and his in-game management it's unrivaled at the minute. Like every game, he seems to do something.
And yesterday, I absolutely loved his passion. That he was so animated on the line that you could see after that victory how much it meant to Unai Emery. And he was determined to put this game right. That even when we're losing, look, we seem to just come up with the answers. We always have the answers.
Yeah, it's you think after West Ham scored their first goal, there was pretty much an immediate response from, I know it was an own goal, but obviously sort of Watkins, sort of had the chance, and yeah, like that immediate response was just it's becoming a Villa thing now, where okay, we go a goal down, but we're not going to panic. We're going to sort of compose ourselves. We're going to play our game. We're confident within ourselves that we're going to have a shot. Or chances will come, and it's about taking them. And at the minute, we are taking them. So, yeah, like we just find ways. And I think again, like Unai just makes these little tweaks, and the in-game management is just so good, so good. So yeah, I thought very much. First half wasn't great, but second half was much better. And then obviously the main man, who I'm sure we'll speak about, was
Morgan Rogers.
Just quality, mate. Just quality.
He was a star of the show. He was.
Yeah, I thought Jamie Carragher made a really good point. I didn't watch it on Sky, but I saw the clip where he was saying, like, the technique that Morgan Rogers uses. Like we're all accustomed to seeing it with free kicks, but to see in open play is quite a new thing. And yeah, he's really like finessed that technique now. He's got it down, hasn't he?
Another guy with this as well. With Rogers in that game, for the very first whistle, he set the tone. Like he's linking up with like his teammates. With Rogers, he always works hard. And he's got great awareness, Rogers. The players around him. He's very aware of his surroundings, I think, as well. And he brings us that extra quality. And that's why he's an England international for a reason.
Yeah, he really does, mate. And I agree with you. I think from the first whistle yesterday, he was just sort of gliding around effortlessly, wasn't he? He was gliding around the pitch. And I don't know, as soon as, I mean, the first goal that he scored was just, to get in the box, the touch, and the awareness to know where everyone is, take that touch, bang, goal, done. And then that second goal, like, as soon as Lindelof put the ball into him and he turned and he had that space, I don't know, I just had a feeling, I was like, he's going to score, he's going to shoot and score this. Like, he just had so much time, and you sort of saw, you could see his mind just thinking what he's going to do. And it was like, right, yeah, I'm going to hit this. And it was just like, wow. But yeah, no, he was great. I thought him, Lindelof, Maatsen were our better players. I thought the midfield on the whole was fairly quiet. Like, I know Kamara and Nanana, they do the industrial work, like, and they'll get in and amongst it. But I thought on the whole they McGinn as well, like they sort of a bit quiet, really. Which, but this is what you were saying, any potential title challenges, they even if they don't play at their best, they find ways to win. And at the minute, that's exactly what we're doing.
And Rodgers, a joy to watch. But what I like about Rodgers is he's never afraid to have a go. Like, he's always looking, like, he's always around. He's always there. I think he's very reliable. And also, he's very effective with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, and I think he's probably proved, and Unai proved you and me wrong again, because I know at the start of the season we were sort of saying, well, I definitely was. I think you maybe said it a couple of times, like, look, let's maybe rest him, and let's I feel like he's maybe playing too many games. But Unai persisted, and it's almost like, nope, I'm going to play him through this slump. And again, he's proved us wrong, because he's got over that little patch he had at the start of the season. It's almost like he's become a better player for it now. And credit to him and Unai, because he's now looking like the real deal again, and everyone's starting to notice.
Good on you, Morgan Rodgers. He thrives off pressure. He's sort of one of those players where he likes the responsibility on his shoulders. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think he's got that. He's got such a maturity about him. He's only 23, and he's got a really good maturity about him to lose the ball, but then to have the confidence to then think, no, I'll try again. I'm going to get on the ball. I want the ball again. Give it to me. Yes. I'll do it. And to have that sort of that arrogance and that confidence or belief is such a maturity in a young player. And I think credit to him for his mental strength. Credit to Unai for allowing him to sort of flourish and giving him the tools. And yeah, like, I just love the way he speaks. You hear him after the game. He's just so analytical, and he's so, like, he's very smart and intelligent when he's talking about the game. And yeah, he honestly, mate, the way he's going, he's going to be an absolute world beater.
And he scored an absolute screamer yesterday. You can see that away end. The limbs are that away end. He had the space. He just shoots. He gave him the space. I knew that after the post-match conference. He said, we gave Rodgers too much space. If you can play with that much space, he's going to hit it.
Yeah, exactly. And he's that technique to score, that the way he hits it, I think they call it the knuckleball, and like the way he hits it, he dips over, and like it's with such like venom as well. Like, he absolutely smashed it, but also got the technique to make it dip. It's just, and we needed it, because it's those moments of magic, those moments of brilliance that get you over the line. And he, in another away performance, you think about Leeds, he got 2. Think about Tottenham, he scored that screamer. He's really becoming like the star man for Villa, Mr. Reliable now, and long may it continue.
I love it, Morgan Rodgers. He's a real joy to watch. I actually thought watching him fascinating. Let's remember, it's remarkable that Emery, like a Monchi, signed him from Middlesbrough. Because we thought about things like Man City not long ago. You can see with Emery, he knew what a talented player Rodgers was going to be. He could see his potential.
Yeah, it was when we played them in the FA Cup in that January, wasn't it? A couple of years ago, and he sort of wowed Emery in that game, and Emery was like, kept tabs on him, and was like, I want him. So, and there's a clip that always goes around on the socials. A couple of guys talking about how Middlesbrough have had Villa's pants down because of the transfer fee. I think it's like 12 rising to 15 million, which now is like an absolute snippet.
I think he's going to just be like, Jude Bellingham. I think he could be that sort of category. That's how good I think he is at the moment.
I think he's already, honestly, mate, I think he's already there. I just think because Bellingham plays for Madrid, like he gets all the accolades, doesn't he? But when I look at his sort of profile and I look at the way he carries himself and he's sort of like his athleticism and his stature, I think he's already there, mate. Like he's in the England team, he's playing European football.
A great stamina.
Yeah, like he's unusual for like a guy that tall to be such a good ball carrier. Like his feet are like insanely quick as well. So yeah, I think if he keeps fit and he keeps performing, that World Cup spot's his, man.
He's very good with his feet. I mean, he's good with both feet, I think.
Yeah, he is, which is a rarity these days, which is insane, really, when you think about it. When footballers are getting paid so much and they train every day, you'd expect all of them to be able to use both feet. But no, he's very good. He's very good with both feet.
I mean, generally, that guy is a great advert for the Premier League. He's a great guy in the football, I thought. But just in general, I think. Don't you get a neutral fan watching that? It's enjoyable.
Yeah, especially I think there was a moment in the first half where like it was going end to end at one point. It was like right, West Ham will attack, Villa will attack, and then it was going back and forth. And yeah, for a neutral, it's a great game to watch. We do need to stop with the silly away goals though. Like we do concede silly goals, and we gift teams.
Up a little bit, yeah.
And so like it's good that we're winning, but I think Morgan Rodgers even said it himself. Like we need to stop doing that because there's going to be teams and times where we might not be able to get back into it so easy. So
for sure, Emery, I think he knows that Emery wasn't completely satisfied because I can say even when we scored that winner, the third goal, he actually wasn't really jumping up and down. The equaliser he did. The equaliser he did.
Yeah, I think as well. He probably thought that like there was still enough time where West Ham could possibly score, and because we conceded 2 sloppy goals, there's always that fear that we could do it again. So I imagine he's like, right, we've got that third goal now, but now I need to think about how we're going to shut up shop and make sure that we don't concede again. And so yeah, but we did it, and another 3 points on the board, and
the winning saving's still there. I mean, if Man United that 10 wins in a row, you get to double figures.
Yeah, I mean that's the game. I always, Man United. It's always a bit of a tricky fixture, but hopefully being at home, gives us that advantage, and we use it. And we've got a week now. I don't know if the week rest is going to do us any good because we've been doing really well with the sort of Thursday, Sunday games. We seem to be like a good flow at the minute. So
and we are the comeback kings.
We are, but I would like to just go ahead with like 3 or 4 goals for once and just like kill the game in the first half and actually enjoy it and be like, right, I can sit back a bit now and not have a heart attack.
Just if we made one as well. What I've done, Yamada. So once again, he was effective yesterday. I think yesterday he was on the pitch for a minute. He always seems to make things happen. An attempt on target. And he's a real great player to bring on off the bench. I just think every time he plays, he just wows me, I think.
He's an absolute beast, isn't he? And I think he's such a good option to have either starting, but also like that if you need a bit of impetus and you want to try and like really stretch their defense, you bring on Marlon. And like you just said, literally he came on. And with his first two touches, one touch, second touch, bang! Like he just took a shot straight away, and like the keeper had to like parry it, and it was just, he's just so sharp, and he wants that goal immediately, and I love it because he never comes on and looks like slow. He's always like ready and he's in the game straight away. So yeah, no, he's going to be a really big asset, especially over these next sort of 3 fixtures we've got with Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal. It's going to be important. So, yeah.
It's what makes you a strong team.
Yeah.
Look at like Man City, like teams gone by. He's going to used to bring on, say, I don't know, Edin Dzeko, like, quality players.
Yeah.
That they can bring on off the bench, which can change a game. And Daniel Marden's one of those players. He changes games. And his pace as well. He's got so much pace.
Yeah, mate. He's a lot of explosive strength and power, and it's just good because he's different, isn't he? Like Watkins obviously offers a certain package, and then Marlon's different to him. So we've got different profile of players, which is always good because it means you can adapt and change to other teams. And
he's become one of the fans' favourites.
Yeah.
So go to the next talking about, we'll talk about the predicted lineups.
Yeah.
So go on the screen first. So,
cool.
This is my predicted lineup to face Man United on Sunday.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't know about Martinez and Torres, the extent of their injury.
Yeah.
I did say Martinez might be fit for the United game, and Torres might be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I saw that.
So this is what I've gone with. So I thought I would have gone only slightly different. Originally, I was going to go with what you was going to go with. I thought I'd just do something different. So this is what I've gone with. Also, you went for Onana in the midfield.
Yeah.
Well, I put Tielemans and Kamara. Then I thought playing Daniel Marder with Watkins together to give us some extra firepower up front.
I actually really like that, Chad. And the more I'm looking at it, and the more I'm thinking about it, and I know the home game against Burnley was different because different team, and he played Marlon and Watkins together, and it really worked well. And I know Man United are a completely different animal to Burnley, but with a week's rest, players fit, Watkins, Marlon. I quite like that. Being at home as well, like going on the front foot. I would actually quite like Marlon and Watkins to start together and just sort of go at Man United and go in straight away. So I really like that, Chad. I think that's actually a really good idea.
Thank you. Yeah. Also, starting Ian Matson. I was debating between Dinya, but I gone for Ian Matson.
Yeah.
I think he's a better outlet, like going forward. And it's been Matson also. Matson started against Arsenal. And I think Matson, I like the way he tracks back.
He kept Saka fairly quiet, and I think with Man United they've got the Ahmad, haven't they? Who's quite tricky on the wing and pacey. So I think if if Matson's up against him, he'd be good to try and match him in terms of getting back and sort of trying to keep him quiet. So I think it's his left back position at the minute. I do think he's the starter right now. I think that's a good shout.
And Dinya as well. Dinya is younger, and I don't think Dinya has got the pace like Matson has. He likes to whip it in. Dinya likes to get to the byline and whip it in.
Yeah, there's certainly games. Like, the good thing is now that they're 2 left backs who offer something a bit different, and there are games for both of them where like there's certain games where Dinya will start, and I quite like that at the minute, and I do think this game is probably for Maatsen. But then it's Unai. I wouldn't be surprised if we come to next week and Digne's in. But I agree with you. I do think it would be Maatsen.
And Lindelof against his old club.
Yeah. It's meant to be, isn't it? Yeah. I think
I
that
mean,
back
it'd be nice
four.
actually. I want him to score against Man United.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be good.
Then they got Kamara and Tielemans. They got rid of this double pivot.
Yeah.
And I think, well, Onana, I think, bring him on off the bench. Look physically like something to like give Man United to think about. Something in
Yeah,
the second half.
I can see that, mate. I really can. I think you could be onto something, mate. Honestly, I think it could be this team.
Yeah. So we're going to your predicted lineup against Man United to get on the
Yeah.
screen. So this is your team. So what's your thinking behind this team?
It seems boring, doesn't it? But I think it's the same as yesterday, really. Apart from obviously, I think we sort of got told that Martinez would most likely be back, so he goes straight back in, and then the back four sort of sells itself. And Lindelof, you think about it. Obviously, he can't do what Pau does, but yet the one time he did go forward yesterday, he got the assist, played it through the lines to Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers scored, so that'll give him a bit of confidence. And I think playing against your old club as well, I think Lindelof will be banged up for it. And then, yeah, I mean, I prefer the way that you put Tielemans, because I like Tielemans sort of a bit deeper, because I think he can just sort of spray the ball a bit more. I don't mind him in the attacking roles because he can offer that, but I do quite like him deeper. But I just think if he's looking to pack out the midfield, then he's going to do the threes, the Kamara, Onana pivot. And then I think Rogers on the left was just, again, yesterday, he was just magic. So I think
phenomenal he was,
he's got to be on that left-hand side. And then obviously John McGinn on the right, and Watkins up top. Watkins has now got a decent bit of rest for the week. Hopefully he
scored again. He scored again yesterday.
His known goal, wasn't it? But like, I suppose in his mind,
went down to own goal, didn't it?
It was a shame. It was a good header, but
it's a shame for him,
But he's got in the position, and he's got himself there in that moment to make that header. So, I just want him to start scoring. Can you imagine if we're playing the way we're playing, and then Ollie Watkins starts to fire as well? Like, it just makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? So,
because then you got all the players, different options, all scoring on all seasons.
Yeah.
Also, Lindelof, I think he brings a lot of experience. Lindelof's a very experienced defender. And I think as well, he might be useful in set pieces with his height.
Yeah, definitely. And he's I know at Man United he popped up and scored goals here and there. Look, I know Sancho's not going to play because obviously he's on loan, so there'll be no Sancho. He won't feature at all. So I thought he might have a part to play yesterday, but he didn't come on. So that means he won't play for 2 weeks. So there'll be no Sancho, which then leaves obviously got Buendia, Guessand, and then obviously then there'll be Marlon as well on the bench. So there's a few players that can sort of interchange and come on, but I think
Onana and Tielemans, they also fellow countrymen. So they got a good chemistry and they understand each other's game. Onana brings the physical side of the game. And Tielemans has the vision.
Yeah.
And he reads the game really well, Tielemans, I think.
No, Tielemans is superb. You look at the game in midweek where he came on against Basel and just basically took the game by the scruff of the neck and was just like, right, let's just, I'll get that goal, I'll make a few passes, and then we're just going to shut up shop, and just really sort of came on and just led by example. And he's such a smart player, clever player, and to have him on a free, or to have had him on a free, sorry, again, another more good business done by Aston Villa.
And you in Tielemans, he makes me feel very calm. He's very composed with the ball. And the way he's got great long range passes. He's got range of passing is unbelievable.
It really is, and that's sort of what I like where you would put him, because although I like Onana there in terms of being a physical presence, there was a couple of times yesterday, and I noticed midweek he sort of gave the ball away. It was a bit too long. Spent a bit too long on the ball. Not all the time. He's definitely much better now, but a bit sometimes got too many touches, a bit slow, and got caught out of possession. So like, he's just got to be careful. So having Kamara next to him helps, but I do like Tielemans further back because I just love.
He's consistent.
Who, Tielemans?
He never puts a foot wrong. I don't think really.
No. He's immense. He's also, I feel like he's future captain material as well. Like, between McGinn, Konza, Tielemans, you've got a really good
Belgium international.
Yeah, a good leadership group there.
So we move on to the next talking point then.
Yep.
Let's talk about Guessand. So what's in your mind of Guessand's performances? Do you think he's improving?
I think the jury's still out, Chad, to be honest. I don't, he's definitely played more minutes than I thought he would. Sort of the start of the season he did. And I don't know, we weren't playing well start of the season. So could you coincide that with him playing? I don't know. Might have sounded a bit unfair. So I thought Thursday he took his goal well, but I actually thought on the whole he was quite sloppy still. And I don't want to be negative because he scored the goal. I just don't quite know. I don't quite know where he plays. And I know that sounds a bit silly because he's been playing on the right, but I just don't really understand his profile. Like Marlon, I understood. It took me a couple of games. First game, I was like, okay, I sort of get Marlon. And we sort of know, we know his role now. We know where he fits in. Even like Sancho coming in, and I know, we know when he plays, we sort of know where he plays, even though he's been okay, but we sort of know what he offers and what he does. With Guessand, I thought it was, I think he's a bit erratic. Physically, he's strong, but there was a lot of times on Thursday where he was throwing his arm and pulling back, and it's so.
I mean, sometimes what I think he does, he holds on to the ball far too long.
Yeah,
he sort of dwells on the ball a bit too long. And also, you should just do it simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, spot on, mate. I think that's the biggest issue for me is holding on to the ball too long. And look, after what Emery's done since he's been here, every time he sort of proved us wrong, and there's players that have developed into him and maybe have taken a bit longer. So, I fully trust Emery and I'm giving him time to adapt into Emery's system. But you're asking me, do I think he's improved? I don't think I've seen much difference because his work rate, he's a hard worker, and he was a hard worker from the first time he played, and even to Thursday, he gets back and he defends. So the work rate's the same. In terms of his quality, I don't see much improvement. Yes, he got a goal on Thursday, but he's got 2 goals now as in Europa, and they've both been a bit scrappy.
The fans need to be patient with him or not.
Yeah, no, they need to be patient. I mean, look, Leon Bailey didn't hit the ground running straight away in his first sort of season, and I know we want, in this world where we want instant gratification, we want players to adapt straight away, but that's unfortunately not the reality. So yes, we do need to give him a bit of time. Fortunately for him, other players have been stepping up. If we were relying on Guessand as our superstar signing, then I'd be like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm sort of worried now, but I don't know. The jury's still out for me. I'm not going to bash him, and I don't like fans giving him stick. I think that's unfair. But he does need to step up. He does need to raise the levels a bit for me now. I think especially with the running and squad rotation, I want him to come on, and I want to know that Guessand's on. Yeah, we've got a good option now. A bit like Marlon. When Marlon comes on, we're ready for him. We're like, yes, Marlon. I want to get to that level where I'm like, yes, Guessand's coming on. Where at the minute I'm like, okay, Guessand, yeah,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Also, I don't get that you got the likes of Harvey Elliott that are not getting picked ahead of him. But think of it like Emery, he must maybe he's saying something that we can't say. That he obviously trusts him. That he has been contributing to the squad. But also Emery must, he knows things. He knows a lot.
Yeah, I think for me, yeah, I agree with that, Chad. I think yeah, Emery clearly sees things that we don't, and whether that's with Harvey Elliott, whether that's with Guessand. I think for me, looking at yesterday's game, and our right side's been a problem for a long time. I'm looking at Gerard Bowen for West Ham, and I'm like, we need that. If we had like someone like him or him
Yep.
on our right side, I just think that would solve so many
Yep.
problems because
Oh, yeah.
he's just such a nightmare, and he gets back, but he can get forward. He goes to the byline. Like he's a lot more of a traditional winger, but he can be inverted. Whereas I think that's what Guessand is. It's sort of like an inverted winger, but like doesn't really offer the width or hasn't got the pace for the width. So like, yeah, I just think someone like Bowen would be unreal for us. That's what I sort of when I look at our
And
right
his
side.
dad supports Aston Villa.
No, yeah, I know. There's a bit of a link there, isn't there? I don't think isn't Bowen like a Coventry fan, or have I made that up? I don't know, but I know his dad's a
I think he supports West Ham. I know his dad. He was a season ticket holder.
So, I mean, I would if I'm Emery and I'm Villa and we've got some funds and we think like there's a real chance we can push for. We want to consolidate top four. I would look at someone like Bowen and think if we can afford him, go for it. For that right side, I think that would be
an upgrade. That's a real upgrade. That is
proper upgrade, man. And I just think that's the sort of player you want to bring in January to like really help push us for that like title charge. I'm joking for the top four. But yeah, Guessand. Yeah, I don't know. The minute 35 million, although in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot, it's looking like quite a lot at the minute because I don't really think we have much to show for it. So
as utilised in a lot of the Europa League games, it's not the stereotyping, but you look at Europa League sort of player. I actually think it's similar a bit to Leon Bailey. Like, I don't think he's as good as Leon Bailey, but he's that sort of player.
I think
he's going to be more consistent.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think Leon Bailey is much better. I think he's more like a Bertrand Traore at the minute. Is what?
That's a good comparison.
That's who he reminds me of. He's almost a bit Bertrand Traore. I can't say his name. Traore. Was a bit like Bambi on ice, wasn't he? And Guessand's not that bad. He's a bit more. He's got a bit more stability on the ball, but he just still looks a bit wiry and a bit like I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah, it's just a tough one. I don't. He doesn't fill me with confidence, but I'm willing to give him, just at least the season. Give him a full season to see how he adapts, and then let's see how he starts. I know that sounds ridiculous when you pay so much for a player, you want him to hit the ground running, but it doesn't always work that way. So,
I think is very lightweight. I sort of think, I don't think he's definitely not going to be a first team starter.
No,
with his performances.
No, but if he's a different, he's a bit of a weird profile of player. You think if we need something different off the bench, just to give the defense something to think about, to get in amongst it. Like I believe he can be that player. He looks like a bit of a nuisance because he's quite big, isn't he? A bit of a physical presence. Like I wouldn't want to. He'd be a bit annoying to play against, not because of his skill, but just because he's just he's just a presence. But that would be that's one thing. With the fixture congestion coming up, these big fixtures, he might have a part to play. I do believe in my heart of hearts, there's going to be a game in the next maybe 3 or 4 games where like he comes on and scores a winner or scores a really important goal.
That's what we need.
So you can quote me on that, and you can bookmark this. But yeah, I think he's
And
going to
we
have.
saw in, and also in January, we saw that 19-year-old Brazilian. Is it Alisson or something?
Allison,
What's his
yeah,
name?
never heard of him, never seen him. But I've seen obviously people then put on the socials like clips of him and stuff, and mate, yeah, like an attacking player.
Is needed, who knows, maybe. Good luck for us up to the top of the league.
This is it, man. Yeah, he was watching the game yesterday. He put on his socials that he was watching the Villa West Ham game. So yeah, he's already pretty much done deal. So
And most of our signings have been successful. We're not saying all of them, but I think, some of the scouting, we have sort of got spot on.
no, I agree. I think definitely look at Rodgers, Tielemans, Onana. Matson's now coming good. And also like the signings have been good, but then the players that were there of like look at Matty Cash, you look at McKean, like
Always
he's really
consistent.
turned them into absolute like ballers. So
Look at every single player. Emery has developed every single player. He's always
really
improved. He's all improved, haven't they?
he really has, mate. Yeah. So look, Guessand still has time, and like I say, I think over this festive period, I think he's going to have a big part to play in one of the games. I don't know which one. I don't know when or how, but he's going to have a part to play. So
go to the next talking point. So they're still got Emery. So how long can Aston Villa with Emery keep this good run going? So to get up on the screen, so we've got the fixtures we've got. And he's going through the festive period all the way through to January. So what do you think, Aaron? Can he keep going? How far can Emery take this team?
First and foremost, we need to get an apartment or a place in London because we're going to be spending our winter in London by the looks of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 fixtures, including yesterday. That's 5. That would have been five fixtures in London. Excuse me. So I think I'll be really honest with you, Chad. I thought yesterday was going to be our banana skin. I thought after the amount of games we've played, I thought West Ham away.
Well, it could have been. It could have been at night. Yeah.
I thought the run would potentially end yesterday. So, but when after we ground out that win and we got that result, I'm now thinking, I honestly don't know. Look, these games are hard. Arsenal's the one where I think. I mean, all of them are potential banana skins. Man United are a bit of a bogey team, but our home form at the minute and our momentum, I can see us getting a result.
The fortress,
Chelsea is a tough one. Maybe a
Chelsea. To be honest, I think Chelsea. People struggle because usually we struggle at Stamford Bridge.
I feel like we're hit and miss. I feel like sometimes. I feel like in recent years we've won a couple games there, but then last year we did. I think we got battered last year. It was like 2-0 or something. But I don't know with Chelsea. It's a bit of a weird one. Arsenal depends on their injuries. If they get their defenders back, I think it could be a different sort of game. But honestly, I don't know, Chad, which is a really bad answer. Just because I thought yesterday was going to be the game.
I get what you mean, yeah.
We found a way. So Palace is always a rough game for us. So that
kryptonite.
Palace like to end our run. So I mean,
no weakness there.
In my head, I was like, right, if we can get through, if we can beat beat Basel, beat Arsenal, Basel, West Ham, get that week. So we've got a nice week now, and then get into those sort of next set of games. Honestly, I think we'd be okay. So I think we beat Man United. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Man United, what it is. They're a bit of a bogey team, Man United.
Yeah, I
we haven't beat Man United since Emery's first game. That was the last time we beat Man United.
A Luka Dean free kick, yeah, I remember it well. And also, I just want to beat them. Like, I really don't. I hate losing to Man United.
Oh yeah, Man United. I always love to beat Man United.
Look, I don't know when the run will end, but I'm wary of these next three fixtures. It's going to be tough. But what we have done, we've built up a really good cushion of points,
Yeah.
between us and Chelsea, and we've put ourselves in a good position where
Yeah.
if we do drop points, then it's not the end of the world because we have points in the bank and we're sort of in a good position. I don't want to drop points, obviously, but we're in a good position. So if we do, we do.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
I know,
So
this time of thought, it guarantees Champions League. Yeah. That's actually a target for Aston Villa every season. I don't think this season actually to automatically qualify.
yeah,
But not just to get fourth.
yeah, I
Like
agree.
we did in 23-24.
No, I agree, mate. How many points do you think we'll take from the next three games? So so the rest of December, Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal. What do you think the points will
Well, I
be?
think so. I think okay. So Man United. I think we'll win that game. I can see that Villa Park's a fortress.
Yeah,
We rarely lose a game at home. We never lose a game at home. And
yeah,
then I think Chelsea. To be honest, Chelsea, I think we'll lose.
okay,
Only
yeah,
'cause I think I think last season, it's always a tough place to go to, Stamford Bridge. Then I think Arsenal. I think that one. I think realistically, that's difficult. That is. Obviously, it might be good enough to get me a draw.
See,
All
I
depends on
think,
Arsenal's injuries.
yeah, exactly. Also, though, I think Arteta's going to have them bang up for it. I think they're going to be
Well,
fired.
they want what it is that they want revenge.
I could see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're going to want revenge. I could see. I think I agree with you. I think I would like a win against Man United. It's going to be tricky, but I think if I'm going to be positive, I'm going to say win against Man United. I'm going to say draw against Chelsea. I'm going to say potentially a loss against Arsenal, just because
Yeah, well, if it happens it's at the Emirates.
I think they're just going to be after that last minute winner. I think they're going to be Arteta's going to have them fired up, and we've got a bit of a rivalry now with Arsenal because of Unai Emery. It's a bit of a personal thing, isn't it? So we'll see. I don't obviously.
And
I want
Aaron, if we beat Arsenal, you imagine that, then we can go top not before the new year.
I mean, if we beat Arsenal, I think Man City fans will be kissing us. I think
Then it is the title. Then we are in a title chance. Then
Arsenal will officially hate us because, like,
and they would have bottled it. They would have bottled it.
we always seem to like derail their title hopes. So, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that it's going to be tough, mate. I expect. I think we could get. It sounds really negative, like 4 points. Look, at the minute, I back us against anybody. I think injuries are going to play a part. Hopefully, we can sort of get a couple of players
We
back.
need to keep fit.
That's the
I
big
spoke to
thing, mate.
I got spoke to Jacob Tansworth of the Athletic,
Yeah,
and he said the same thing. Look, it all depends on obviously injuries. Like if we can keep a fully fit squad, then we will definitely get Champions League.
yeah. If we can keep a fit squad for these next three games, we don't lose any players. We get a couple of players back. We get into January, and then you can start, hopefully getting a couple of players in to like add to the squad to help sort of take the pressure off the others. Like that would be the perfect position for us. So yeah, injuries is a big thing. I agree.
And I think we'll beat Forest. I think Crystal Palace.
I don't know.
I think we'll lose. I think not really. They're a bogey team. They're sort of like kryptonite Crystal Palace. No, I don't enjoy playing Crystal Palace. I think Tottenham. I think they've got a great record at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, they're not
So I
great.
think we'll win that one. I think. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I'll go with. I think.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can see that. It's so hard to
Because
tell because we're just absolutely the momentum right now is insane, and we're not used to it.
I think
We're in
it's
like
momentum. It's with us.
Yeah, we're in uncharted territory as fans because we don't quite know like what to expect, and we're not used to this, so like we don't know how it works. So we'll
So
see.
moving to my last question.
Yeah,
Why is Aston Villa's bench so strong, especially this season?
I think I think having players back from injury was one. I think the likes of Barkley at the time and Buendia back in the squad and players like that who've sort of been around Emery for a while now. They know him, they know his system. We didn't really sell anybody in the summer, so we sort of kept the main nucleus of the squad, which is great. We, I mean, arguably it's not as talented as last year when we had like Rashford and Asensio, but we do have good depth, good rotation. I think what Emery's doing really well this season, Chad, he's actually managing the squad well with the minutes and rotation.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like everyone's sort of keeping fairly fresh and fairly fit. He's not overdoing it with players, and so I think that is a reason as well why it's looking good. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think we've got so many options. Although with Emery, what he does is he seems to utilise them at the right time. He knows exactly when to bring these players on.
Yeah.
The likes of Dunya Marlon.
Yeah.
Even like the time when he put Ross Barkley on.
Yeah.
And they all make an impact to the game. Even the likes of Aaron Buendia. Because it obviously impacts as well.
Yeah.
Those sort of players like change games.
Yeah. And he was someone that like we didn't, think was going to be around Buendia. And don't forget, there's Harvey Elliott who doesn't even get a look in, so he's going to go back in January, surely. So yeah, I think, and we've got a lot of different players now, like who offer something different. So like like you saw yesterday, well, Marlon and Digne came on, and then the whole formation changed. It's like players are. They allow Emery then to adapt his system or change his system, which is like so. It's just having that flexibility within the squad as well, which makes the big difference.
I think a strong bench. I think a strong bench gives you a great chance to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah,
if you have a great bench, then you know you're going to be up there.
Yeah. It's important. You have to, because otherwise, especially when you're playing Thursday, Sunday, like you need that rotation, you need that squad depth, because players, as much as as fit as they are, they're athletes, but like they need rest. Everyone needs rest because that's how injuries occur, isn't it? So yeah, he's doing that.
And we had as well. We had a very competitive squad, and all it's competition for places.
Yeah.
You sure that Emery likes that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, no, he's. I think he having two players for his position, which is what I think most.
Flexibility, and I think as well. He likes players that are versatile and flexible.
Yeah. Who can play in like multiple roles? Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them, you think about the front line that we've got. Like a lot of them can play left side, right side. Some can play up front. So like there is that flexibility, which is good.
Well, thank you, Aaron. That was a great weekly recap. I really enjoyed it. If you're done with these, throw it a wall, because there have been so many match previews because of fixtures.
Yeah.
But I'm also enjoying the real positivity at the moment.
Mate, there used to be therapy sessions for us, and now it's turned into, I don't know, like just a positive conversation, which is the start of the season. That was a long way away, wasn't it? So it's great, mate, and it's just lovely to be on and just talking all things Villa with you.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed this podcast, Please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to smash the likes on this video. And make sure to give it a share on all your socials. Spread the word about this podcast. And if you're listening to my audio, make sure to leave us a good review. That always helps. And make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much, Aaron, for your time.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
I'm going to wrap up this episode with Villa forever, as always, and up the mighty Villa.